what are some common mistakes you see candidates make coming in for job interviews in today's world? Can you highlight a couple for me?
Absolutely. Number one, preparation.
Right.
Preparation. So for HubSpot, I built a blog for the first 3 months before I applied, writing 3 times a week on that blog to show them how much I cared about inbound marketing and the content process behind it. I researched everyone who I was interviewing with for minimum an hour. I had a plethora of notes, researched the company. It was amazing. And not number one, but like a fun fact about that is when I went for my final interview, the CEO, Brian Halligan, was still doing interviews. He was the final interview at that time because the company was still small. Right. He came in and said, all right, what questions do you have for me? He did not ask me one question. He literally said, what questions do you have for me? And it went on for half an hour. Luckily, I had 30 questions, already written down. And that's how that interview went.
Great. I mean, let's just take a pause there. I know the listeners of the Riderflex podcast have heard me talk about both things you mentioned, preparation and having questions ready. I've done so many episodes on both of those. I love it when a guest comes on and confirms what I've been screaming about for the last couple of years. Yeah, if you don't prepare, not only by studying the company or maybe doing blogs or studying the profiles of the people you're going to be interviewing with, studying the company website, the mission statement, the values, all of it, like you have got to prepare. I'm so blown away, Mark, by the number of candidates that just don't prepare. I
agree.
I just can't believe it. And then, I've said this too as well before. I'll say, so what questions do you have for me? Oh, I don't really have any. I mean, as soon as they say that, that's it. It's over. They're not getting hired.
100%, which is related, Steve, to the other thing I look for, and it's you can't fake this. I mean, I've seen a couple people fake it in my thousands of interviews I've done, but it's passion.
Right. Exactly. Right. And then we talked about that earlier. Why, as you were telling us about Drift, you can feel the passion. Yeah. They have to want to work there. There's got to be an emotional connection, and they got to do their homework. They got to have questions ready. I mean, just basic stuff. I know sometimes when we do the daily tips on the Riderflex podcast, people are probably thinking, oh, well, yeah, that's a no-brainer. Doesn't everybody do that? And the answer is no, they don't. They just don't. It kills me.
I agree. I think a pro move, and I'm sure you've talked about this as well with your audience and other guests, is can the candidate, I should say, make the interviews feel like a conversation?
Yes. Right? People skills, EQ. I always say that as well. Like, I say, I'm super happy that you went to Harvard and you got a high IQ. But if you don't have any people skills whatsoever and you can't have a conversation with other human beings, I'm not interested. Right? Unless you're a code, like you write code all day with your head down and you're on a keyboard and you don't have to talk to a human. I guess it's okay if you don't have EQ. But anyway, how about this? Do you have a favorite question or two that you like to ask?
Oh, yeah. I got many favorite questions. Oh, yeah. So one of my favorite questions that people seem to really like, and it doesn't come up, it sounds like a lot, is 3 parts. Tell me about one of your personal principles or values that you live your life by every day. Who taught it to you?
I like it.
And how does it impact you on a daily basis?
Oh, man, that's pretty deep. I like that. That's good. That's good. Let me guess. Most candidates go, oh, shit. They kind of take a pause and they're like, damn, that's a tough
one. I get so many different responses. Some people, take time and they have to think about it, and that's fine. And some people give me very thoughtful answers. Some people take time and they don't have anything good. And so they don't actually, they don't live their life from like a principle-based standpoint, which is interesting to me. Mm-hmm. Some people know it and they know it strongly, and I get excited by that. And some people have deep meaning behind it. Other people don't have deep meaning behind it. But then it's really like the key to that, just like a good interviewer would, is to ask the right follow-on question.
Yes.
The crazy thing, Steve, is no one, I don't want to say no one. It's not probably an absolute, and I hate saying absolutes.
Yeah.
Maybe one or two people. I can't remember very many at all. No one has asked me that question back, which is insane to me. I would just fire that right back at the interviewer and ask them right back that question.
Yes. The Riderflex podcast features entrepreneurs, business executives, and the stories behind how they got there, as well as daily tips on career advice and job interviews. Our show can be heard just about anywhere these days, but you can visit riderflex.com and click on the podcast page to hear all the previous episodes and learn more about the recruiting and consulting services we provide. Contact us at the email address info@riderflex.com or 888-964-5876. Thanks so much for listening, and if you enjoy our show, please be sure to subscribe to our channel and like the episodes.